So KULR Technology Group has experienced a significant decline in its stock price recently, and as of basically February 24th, 2025, this stock is closed at $1.60, somewhere in there. So if we head over to Space Tech, there's a couple of reasons why this stock has gone down to $1.62. There's been some increased market volatility across the entire markets, which will impact big tech. You could already see it. There's also probably some profit taking, some substantial gains that we're seeing on KULR. There's going to add some, most likely some selling pressure here. And then also their financial performance. Honestly, we can get into the chart here, but they have not really shown up financially with their profits. And of course, they made some Bitcoin investments totaling about 50 or 60 million dollars in Bitcoin. And of course, Bitcoin has been down as well. I think it was down about 4% today. Outside of that, they've also had some COO insider selling. And I don't know if that's going to be too, with all these factors, you could kind of see KULR stock hitting some difficulty here into February. Now, of course, they got their partnerships. If you go on their website, you can see they're partnered with NASA. They got Navy contracts, Lockheed Martin, Federal Aviation. They're building these innovative batteries that optimize thermal management and are made up of this composite carbon fiber type of material that make batteries more efficient when they're in space. That's part of why they're launching their batteries up into space in the upcoming SpaceX rideshare mission of 2026. So when we talk about a company that's in the space industry, they're in the tech industry, also partners with Army. You can see they have this KULR Vibe that is a software meant to basically reduce the amount of vibrations that happen in not just air turbines, but we're talking about Apache helicopters and Black Hawk helicopters in their partnerships with Army. So you could see that partnership. But here's the thing. We could take a look at all those innovative things all day long, and that looks nice. But look at their stock. It's selling off significantly. It was at 60 cents a share. We started covering it back in late November. So before it really made this first spike. And we saw that it pushed up to $5.60. From the top, it's actually sold off about 70%. Now, in order to get to that top originally, we saw it increase by about 770% to get to that top. But yeah, again, that's a pretty significant sell-off we've seen. A couple things to consider. This was a stock that in kind of a three-point analysis, it's in a market that's expected to grow. So we could look at their financials for, let's see, KULR stock. And you can see that their financials aren't that promising. They have a negative net income, but up year over year about 63%. And then their net profit margins, they're negative, of course, if their net income's down, but they're up 65% year over year in their profit margin improvement. So you could see if you go back into their net income, let's say 2023, in that quarter, last quarter 2023, they were negative 5 million in net income. And then it was just about negative 5 million in the next quarter, and then negative 5 million. And then in quarter 3 of 2024, they got down to just negative 2 million. And we'll see what things look like in their upcoming earnings that they're going to be reporting quite soon, I believe. We'll see exactly when that's taking place. When is KULR stock next earnings going to be? Because this is going to play a key role. 4/11, so basically a month and a half until we get to see what quarter 4 looks like for the company. But this is the thing. When we're looking at these financials, they look okay. Two things are really hurting the stock. The first thing, obviously, what goes without saying, with the exception of a few of these space companies going down, going up, most of the market went down today. You can see, if we just look into it on this watch list, yes, T-Mobile was up. Taiwan Semiconductor, the microchip company, was up. AMD was just holding above zero. Veritone was up. But everything else, Tesla was down. Rocket Lab was down. Google was down, I believe. And yeah, Google's down there. And a lot of AI and tech were down. If we head over to oil and gas, it's kind of the same story. Look at oil and gas. Most of it is down, or at least just around 0%. It's showing more green, but it's basically 0%. Shell was down and what have you. So, basically everything's down. Even in the Chinese market today was not doing so hot. So when we take a look at like competitors or other countries, most of the financial markets were down. Bitcoin was down 4%. So the reason I say this, and to kind of like preface for KULR stock, it makes sense that when global markets are down, we're going to see some drag down on the stock. This was a consolidation zone. You can see this previous resistance right here at around $1.90, and it kind of went down a little bit here, and then down a little bit, and then down a little bit. So now we're here at this level at $1.60. That is this lowering support. And you can also see this resistance. See this resistance a little bit lower, a little bit lower. So now this consolidation that was from left to right is now looking a tad more bearish. You can see it's below that 200-day moving average and struggling to stay above the EMA. So right now there's no indication of a reversal. It is at somewhat of a support level that it could bounce at. There's no full bearish outlook on KULR stock just yet, but in the near term of about the past 2 weeks, it looks pretty bearish. On the longer term, we see that it was just at 60 cents back in November, and it's at $1.61 now. It looks fairly bullish, but definitely need to see more of a hold from the stock for its continuation to take place. But at the same time, all the stocks are down, so this is something to consider when you're looking at, and I don't mean all the stocks. There are stocks that are up today for sure. You can even go over to Quantum. You can see Nvidia was up, IBM up. Some of these other QBT was up, so that's good. But what I mean is when you have SPY down, it's going to pull the stock down. Now, if it recovers, and this is what we'll be watching for, because it's most likely going to, the whole market will correct back and will be pushing up. And the reason that happens is, well, first of all, the stock market can't go straight up. I mean, that's what's been happening. If you go over to SPY, that's what's going on. It's been basically going straight up. Let's take a look at the last year. This is how it looks. So this is a pullback that's expected, should happen, is healthy. And then you see this pullback down here. I could see it sell off even more, and that would still be healthy. Overall, what you'd be looking for if you're an investor right now in some of these companies is, if we see a reversal, which we will, asset prices are going to go up. We're going to see real estate increase in value. Stocks are going to increase in value. Bitcoin's going to increase in value. As long as the US dollar continues to operate in the way that it operates time and time again, there's now this new potential stimulus of $5,000 that they're saying we saved money on taxes. Now we're going to be putting maybe $5,000 back into the pockets of the American citizen because, Department of Government Efficiency discovers that we're able to spend certain amounts of money. So the reason I bring that up is if you go to any of these stocks, KULR's kind of the talk today. That's why we're looking at it. You're going to see if a stimulus like that comes out, it's more money printing. It's going to drive some inflation regardless. And it's going to surge all of the asset prices across the board. And why does the money make its way back into such a select few number of hands every time that happens? It's because it goes into different products. It goes into maybe purchasing things, and the people that buy assets and hold on to the appreciating assets, where people that are trying to grow that money put their money, those people are going to be in a good position. The people that don't buy assets might be in a little bit worse position. And so I don't like to say that, but that's part of what will happen in this economy if we see this US dollar inflation continue. So hopefully that makes sense, guys, with this stock. Again, most likely we'll have a similar analysis take place on quantum today. We're going to be covering the quantum space and AI, as well as oil industries and some robotics as well. If you'd like to stay up to date in those industries, make sure to subscribe down below. If you'd like to see us trade live at market open, I would imagine there will be opportunities that continue to present themselves within the first few minutes of the day. If you want to see our entries, our exits each and every day, we go live in Stockmates, and you can join in that second link in the description. We have a sale going where you can watch me trade live each and every day. Surround yourself with other traders and investors and get access to exclusive earnings reports and price targets for all these stocks in the AI industry. And the AI is booming in 2025. There's a lot of opportunities. You can also get this book here for free that teaches you how to have a trading plan and go through the thoughts of the ordinary versus thoughts of the profitable when investing in the market. So if you'd like to take a look, it's that second link down below to join. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, KULR stock, I would imagine that it's fairly bullish when it comes to the earnings. That will be a thing to watch. I like their technology, but again, most of the market's pulling them down a little bit. SPY is just a tiny bit up. Maybe Nvidia's keeping it afloat. Thank you guys again for watching. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.